Welcome back to the YouTube channel. We've had a bit of a hiatus. We've set up our own office, I think, since the last time we've done a YouTube tutorial like this. So we've got our own camera crew, so we'll be able to pump out way more of these and hopefully give you as much information as possible. Today, we're going to talk about pricing. All right, we're going to talk about what to charge for your online coaching program, how to decide your pricing, and then when you should change your pricing too. Now, pricing is a really difficult process for a lot of people because they're unsure what the market could even take. They're unsure what their services are worth, and they tend to just price things on their kind of what their previous coaches already charged them. All right, so this is going to be a really good deep dive into kind of how you can set out your services and what you should be charging. Before we get into that though, please do us a favor, hit the bell notification to let you know when we do more videos, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get notified when we put new videos out. So pricing, why is it such a delicate issue? Well, it's the cornerstone of your business, really. Like, if you price too high, no one's going to work with you. You're going to price yourself out of the market, or you're going to price too far for what you can command at the moment, meaning no sales, meaning no business. Or if you price too cheap, the problem is then you'll get a load of low quality clients that aren't really that invested in themselves or your coaching. And it will make you a bit of money, but it will be really frantic, and also you will feel shit in your business because you'll be working with a lot of people that don't check in, that don't stick to the plan, that don't kind of respond to you. Therefore, you're going to get no results. Now, one of the best ways to grow a coaching business is to get good clients that work hard, that can then get results with your coaching, and you can use that to show how good your coaching is and therefore grow your business. If you've got too many low quality clients and you're charging them a low price and people don't stick to things, you run into a problem where, yeah, you make a little bit of money, you've got some pocket money, but you're not actually going to grow a business from that. So this is really important to get right. So if I circle back to what I did when I first started with my coaching process, and then I'll walk you through what we tend to advise clients with and things now. When I first started coaching, I started at £150 a month for a 3-month program for 90 days. And then I also, like, if somebody paid in full, I did it as 400 quid. Okay. Which was a really, really cheap deal, because at the same time, I was personal training in a gym in the centre of Manchester, and I was charging £500 a month. Okay, so for less than 1 month of my personal training package, you could work with me for 12 weeks and get a transformation. Now, I had a good portfolio of transformations already for my in-person gym work, so that worked really well for me. The reason why that worked so well for me was because people were, I was used to getting paid 1,500 quid. So when I did it for £400 for 12 weeks of working with me, lots of people paid the £400 instead of the 3 payments of 150. So I signed up 20 clients in my first month and I made £8,000. Now, I didn't make 8 grand because I'd got lots and lots of clients. All I did was sign up 20, but that allowed me to really kickstart my business and see what was possible. And then I took things from there. Now, after that initial process, obviously I realized that most people were paying me in full, which meant that people would probably pay more because it went really well. So I upped my prices to 175. I kept that for a little bit, went up to 200, and then spent the majority of my online coaching career somewhere between 250 and 300 pounds. And that was kind of where I sat. And I varied from like a 4-month to a 6-month program, but generally that's kind of where it was. And the way that I did it was I moved my prices up every kind of 5 or so clients that I got, and just tested, the sales process and made sure that I could do it. The problem that you have with that is then you just end up full on a load of clients, and you've got like a ladder of like, oh, I've got 5 clients paying me 150 quid, and then I've got 5 clients paying me 175, and then I've got 5 clients. And you have to go back and deal with that at some point in your business, because otherwise you are full. I was full of clients, but I wasn't like, let's say for example, my current price was 250 and I had 40 clients. That should have meant I was making 10 grand a month, but at that point I wasn't, because I had lots of lower paying clients. So when you're thinking about your pricing, do be careful just of creating that ladder system, and make sure that once you feel like you're able to charge more, you get more clients in and you increase your prices of your current clients too. All right. So now I'm going to go on to recommendations of what I usually look at with clients and kind of how you can price your own services. Okay. So when I advise on pricing, I generally break people down into 3 camps. And those camps are beginner, intermediate, and advanced, or specialist. Okay. So if you're a beginner, I'm thinking that you've just qualified as a PT, you've maybe got some PT experience in the gym, but you've not got a whole lot of online or even just total coaching experience. Okay. Experience, I'm thinking that you've got, between 2 and 5 years of coaching experience. You've been a PT for a while, you've got some client results, you've got like 3 or 5 transformations from people that you've worked with. And then experienced, I'm looking at, kind of 5 years plus. You've got special qualifications, you've got a great portfolio, you've got a lot of experience working with different people, and you've got really, really good at doing your job. All right. So I'm going to talk about monthly pricing because I think giving you total prices will obviously vary depending on how long your clients generally need to get a result. So like some programs will be 3. I think most clients that we work with generally are between a 4 and 6 month program. Initially, maybe they start at 4, and then when they get a bit more experience, they move to a 6 month program, just because you get better results over a longer period of time. Okay. So if you are a beginner, if you are a PT that's just started out, you've been qualified less than a year, you've not got a lot of coaching experience, I think you're probably pricing around £100 to £150 a month. All right. Now, I would probably err on the side of charging as much as you can and maybe aiming for 150, but like, it's not going to be the end of the world if you charge 100 quid. And if you've got 15 clients, for example, you're earning 1,500 quid a month, which isn't terrible, to be honest with you, because it's not a lot of work to work with 15 clients. And you're new, so you could do with people. The reason why I wouldn't go lower than £100, when you go lower than £100 a month for personal training, people are generally not going to stick to it. The people that pay less than 100 quid, it's generally not a lot of money to them. Even if, they don't make a lot of money, they still see something with like 2 figures as like money that they can waste by having a takeaway or going out drinking or just not going to the gym, whatever that looks like. So find that anything over 100 people pay a little bit more attention to, which means that you're going to get people that are slightly more invested. But anywhere between 100 and 150 pounds a month is a good place to start. Now, if you're more of an intermediate coach, okay, and you've been coached for a couple of years, or you've been qualified for a couple of years, and you've been working with clients and you feel quite confident in your services, the range then can go from anywhere from like £150 a month to £250 a month. Okay, and that's quite a big swing, but obviously this bracket is the majority of the market. It's the majority of personal trainers have kind of dabbled for a couple of years and then kind of, started to get some confidence. And this is mostly people that have gone online. I think the first camp of people, beginners, are people that tend to be in the gym as well and supplement their income from that. After people have done 2 or 3 years of, being in the gym and doing the split shifts and sleeping in the car and all that nonsense that comes with it, people generally want to move more online, and it seems to be a majority of the people that want to move online have been in the gym for a couple of years, okay? If you are in this bracket, again, your goal is to try and move yourself up to the top range of the price point because you'll get better quality clients that will pay more attention, all right? But anywhere between 150 and 250, depending on your lead flow, is absolutely fine. Now, when you get into the more experienced market, okay, you're more of a specialist in what you do. You've generally probably got really confident at working with a certain kind of person, and you've got a lot of experience and a lot of results working with those kind of people. So at that point, then it becomes how high are the quality leads that you can get and how good is your sales process? Because we've got clients that go from anywhere between £250 a month all the way up to £500 a month and even beyond at that point. So the ceiling literally becomes how big is your skill set and how much are the people that your skill set fits willing to pay. All right. Now, when you're in this point, you're generally, making a fair bit of money, and therefore you've got VAT and things like that to consider as well. So just bear that in mind that if you're at 250 and you want to get 250 for your services, you're probably going to need to add another 50 quid on anyway and be at £300 a month, because once you take the VAT off, obviously you'll be back down at £250. So as you get into the more experienced market, you need to be really clear about what your actual total business looks like and what the margins look like, and what you need to work into your program price to be able to make all those margins work. So there's a bit more business involved as you get more experience, whereas the first bit, kind of all the money's going in your pocket. So it just becomes like a, how much money do I want to make? How many clients do I need? It is the same process as you get more expensive and you get further down the line. But as you get further into your business, there's going to be things like, your costs are going to increase. You've got maybe cost of sale. You've maybe got cost of acquisition. You might even have coaches that you need to start paying. So all of that stuff needs to be factored into your price. And that's why as businesses get bigger, the price point tends to get higher because A, you're working with somebody that's more experienced and, gets more results and has a better reputation. But 2, bigger businesses have more overheads, which means that they've got to charge more money to make the margins work. So you need to factor all of that stuff in. So now you've got an idea of a monthly cost. It's then working that into a package, okay? So you've got, 4 months, 6 months generally are the kind of more common terms that you look at. So then your total package price will be whatever the length of your initial program is, your initial commitment, the commitment that you think it takes to get results with your clients, times your monthly price. So for example, if you think it takes 4 months to get a good result with the kind of clients that you work with, and you're £150 a month, your total price point would be £600. Okay, that's your total price for your package. Now, you may want to offer an incentive for people to pay in full. Okay, now there's 2 reasons why you want people to pay in full. The first one is that if people pay you upfront, actually there's 3 reasons really. First one, if you want people to pay upfront, the people that pay upfront are generally better clients. They're generally more bought in, they're generally more invested, they're generally more, they have more trust in you because they're willing to spend all the money in one go. Also, they've paid the money, so therefore they're like, right, I'm going to do it. Whereas sometimes when people pay monthly in a fitness program, they get a month in and then realize that they weren't as motivated to do it as they thought they were. And sometimes then they can try and quit on themselves and quit on the program. And that's not great for you as a business to be dealing with things like that. So that's the first reason. Second reason why you might want to do upfront payments is for your own personal circumstances. If you are in a bit of a financial situation where you could do with making more money quickly, it would make sense for you to be able to collect more cash in full. Then you paid in advance for your services, and then you've got more cash to play with. The third reason why you might want to take cash up front is if you're running paid ads, okay? If you are running paid ads and you have all of your clients on a monthly payment, you run the risk of going cash negative to acquire a customer. So let's say, for example, you have a program that's 4 months and it's £300 a month, okay? But it costs you £300 to get a customer through paid ads. If you only ever do monthly payments, your whole business is cash negative month 1. Because obviously, there's an incurrent cost to the business. Even the software and stuff like that will put you in negative if it's exactly the same as your first month's payment. That can be quite tricky for a business. However, if you're good at collecting at least 50% of the cash of your program in full, maybe doing it in a split pay of 2 payments, 300 and 300, or 600, and 600, you're in a much better position, and then you're cash positive on the front end. You've got twice the amount of cash that you spent, then you can reinvest that and grow your business further. So those are the 3 places where you might want to pay in full. 1, if you want to incentivize better clients, higher level clients. 1, if you need more cash yourself. And 1, if you are running a paid system and you want to collect as much cash as possible so you can keep running the machine and keep moving forward. Now, incentivizing that process, you can do different things, okay? There's a couple of ways. If you're a more advanced salesperson, you can just pitch the whole price of the program and shut the fuck up. That's the easiest way of doing it. So you don't give them an option of a monthly plan unless they say, I really want to do it, but I can't pay for it all in full. Do you do a monthly option? And you go, well, we don't usually do a monthly option, but we can discuss kind of payment terms. Just going to ask you a little bit about your finances. How much cash do you have at hand? And they might go, oh, I've only got 400 quid. You'd be like, oh, okay, we'll take the 400 quid down. We can get you started and then we can split the rest over a payment plan. That's if you're more comfortable talking about pricing with people, that's probably the best place to start. However, if you're not and you're a bit shaky about it and you still want to incentivize a paid in full, you could do a this or a that option. So you can say, look, the price of the program is 600 quid. The way that we do that is we either do 4 payments of £150, or you can pay £500 if you pay in full today. That way you're giving a bit of a discount, and 10% to 20% is usually the kind of number you'd be looking at to incentivize a paid in full option. That is pretty much a whole roundup of how you can price, package, and deliver your services, okay, on a consultation or in person or however you do it, all right? Now, you might still be a little bit confused of like, where do I fall? Like, what kind of camp am I in? Should I do paid in full? Should I not? All right. So what I can do, if you're still struggling a little bit, one of my team can actually run through your background, your history, your experience, and the program that you deliver, if you've already got one. And we can give you a recommendation of what you can kind of should charge or could charge or what you should be thinking about charging. All right. So if you want to book one of those with one of the team, I'll open up 10 slots a week or something like that. We generally, run out of those anyway, but click the link below, secure a time. Then one of the team will spend like 15, 20 minutes with you, just running through a bit of information. And we'll be able to give you an idea of pricing from there. Okay. So that link will be in the description. Just click that, book that on. One of the team can kind of help you out with that. Other than that, Hopefully it was useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.